Keep it going for Brigitte Calls Me Baby. How about that? The EP is available now. It's called This House is Made of Corners, and it's fantastic. Thanks so much for being here. The guys put on a fantastic show last night at Holocene. They have a show tonight in Seattle, but they stuck around just to put on a show for Kink fans, and we truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here.
Glad to be here.
So we want to get to know you just a little bit. Wes, I know you're from a small town in Texas called Nederland, right? And the rest of the band, you guys are from the Chicago area. So how'd you guys meet? How'd this happen?
I had met someone on the internet years ago who lived in Chicago, became a friend, and I would make pretty infrequent visits to Chicago, and he introduced me to Jack and Trevor, and for years we were just sort of friends, never really doing much musically, but then in 2022 we put together this band. That's when I met Jeremy, and he introduced me to Devin, and it was just very organic, really.
So it's still fairly new to you guys performing as a band.
Yes, I mean, I've only known Devin for 2 years, but it feels like 10.
Is that good or bad? I'm not sure. So, Wes, somebody told me you were involved in the Baz Luhrmann Elvis biopic. In fact, he hired you to play guitar. How did that happen?
That's a good question. That's still kind of vague in my mind. I just remember getting a call out of nowhere from a foreign number. I answered it, and it was Baz Luhrmann.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and he woke me up.
Jackass.
But he said, would you like to come to Nashville? We would like to, bring you into the music of this movie. And I said, I'll think about it.
Now, I'm sure you're totally tired of the comparisons, but there is a physical resemblance and a vocal resemblance to Elvis Presley. So on the set of the Elvis biopic, first couple of days of shooting, if I was Austin Butler and you show up, it's like, who the hell is this guy? Is this my understudy or my replacement?
He was great, and we actually got along very well because he had a job to do and I had a job to do.
And on the set of the movie, is that where you met Dave Cobb?
It is, yes.
He produced the soundtrack of the movie, is that correct?
He did all the music for that movie and produced our album that will be out soon.
He's a fantastic producer, and somebody told me he gave you some advice that has something to do with the movie The Breakfast Club.
Yeah. That was...
I think we're having some issues.
No, that's just my voice.
Oh, God. Can I get you a lozenge?
Is this working now? Can you hear me okay? Is it? Okay, we'll see. So...
We're going to need a new cable.
Yeah, sure.
Well, it's not as pretty. Yours is nice and shiny. This is rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens. Somebody get some duct tape.
Yeah, what was the question again?
I forgot. Who cares? No, Dave Cobb gave you some advice when you're putting together the album. Something to do with the movie The Breakfast Club.
Yeah, there was a song that will be on the album, and we were kind of going back and forth about the tempo of the song. And he said, okay, well, we will do this test that requires pulling a video from the internet of Molly Ringwald's sort of infamous dance scene in The Breakfast Club, and if my tempo lines up with this, with her moves, right, we'll use mine. If it doesn't, we'll use yours. And he was right.
He was right.
Yeah, yeah. So we used his tempo.
So I know you guys are touring now, and that's got to be brutal, but touring is not new to you. You were involved in the Broadway touring company of Million Dollar Quartet. Is that accurate?
Yes, which is how Baz heard about me, and that was about 10 years ago now.
And just super quick, the Million Dollar Quartet, can you just explain that, just the synopsis, just super quick?
Mainly it's just a story about the like Memphis and Sun Records and how all that came about.
Was that a good experience, being on the road back then?
I didn't like it.
Do you like it better now with your band?
Yeah. I mean, that was, I just dropped out of high school, so I needed a job. So I wasn't complaining at the time, but I definitely am much happier now.
So that's good advice for any of you young people thinking about going into music. Stop high school. That's just completely not necessary. College, that's ridiculous. Just get out there on the road. Start doing it. So what's been the biggest surprise touring for you guys? Any of you? Any big surprises, or everything just as planned?
Anyone got any surprises?
Everybody loves Alan Jackson's Chattahoochee.
Yeah.
There was a naked man that came to our show in San Francisco. I don't know
Well-
if he was at the show, but he was outside.
Portland can top that. Just stay tuned. We promise. Well, I'm going to shut up, let you guys play some more music. One more time for Brigitte Calls Me Baby.
Thank you.